Today, we're going to be talking about content. Um, and this one, I think, should be pretty short. And then I thought at the end, maybe we could talk about different content that you all have used and come up with, and kind of where you find content. I just provide a few different resources that I always look at and use when I'm doing hometowns. So it'd be good to get all of your input too, and we can kind of brainstorm together, I think. So let's start with a key takeaway. Content must provide value to your followers. So don't just post for the sake of posting or post because you feel like you need a certain number of posts every week. It has to provide something to the people that follow your page, whether it's entertaining or whether they're learning something from it. It needs to be valuable. That should be the key takeaway from today. So let's look at some different types of content. The first is interactive content. So that's basically anything that asks your followers to participate and engage with it. So some examples would be contests and giveaways. Say you ask your followers to comment, and if they comment, then they're entered in a contest for a gift card or something like that. Some graphics. So I send a lot of these out for you guys to use. These are the ones where it's like, pick your favorite, like A, B, C, or D. Just anything to get people engaged and commenting or liking on that post. So polls are another great option for interactive content. You can do polls on Facebook and Instagram and maybe Twitter. But this is a really good way to get people's opinions and also their feedback. I think on Facebook, polls are limited to 2 options, and Instagram's more. But I think on your personal page, Facebook has at least up to 4 options for polls. So polls are a really good way just to get people kind of feel like they're contributing something and providing something back to you. Quizzes are another really good option. I don't know if anyone here has done BuzzFeed quizzes or any of those quizzes where it's like, which state should you be from? Just kind of anything. You can actually make your own quizzes online. You can do it through BuzzFeed, and then there's other websites. And I think this is a really fun idea too for your followers. You could like make a quiz, share it to your page, and kind of get them to respond and join in. And you can also set it up for quizzes so they would have to put their email in for their results, which would be, kind of more lead, generating leads too, which would be good for you. And you can also link them on your website. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. So once I do, I'll let you know. But you can link it on your personal websites too. Trivia, I think is really fun. I sent out one a couple days ago. I don't know if anyone used it. And then surveys. This is a good one because you can get feedback on your business, essentially. So you can survey your followers and say like, what content do you want to see more of? Or if you've worked with me, like what was your favorite thing? What do you think I did well? Anything that's kind of feedback and that's productive for you to learn from. And it's a good way to get your followers engaged in your business. So next would be humorous content. So really anything that makes people laugh. People, I think, as I'm sure you've seen on social media, love to share funny content. So like I included a meme on the side. This is a really popular meme that's going around. And people will change like the wording. And there are real estate memes out there if you're into memes. Or does everyone know what a meme is now that I'm saying that? Yes? Nods? Okay. Okay, good. But yeah, there's some really funny real estate ones if you want to kind of stay in that realm, but really anything that makes your followers laugh is good. Funny quotes. I said tidbits from your everyday life. So like if your pet or your kids or someone in your family does something that's funny, share it. Those get reshared really frequently. And I said self-deprecating humor, like don't be afraid to make fun of yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously. People want to see, you know, that you're relatable, and that you can have fun with it and have fun with your job, and that you'll be someone that's fun to work with. So photos are another example of content. We all know this. I would say make sure that you're sharing high quality photos. So that's in terms of content. So what's in the photo should be interesting, should be engaging. You should have a reason for sharing it. You know, it has to be something that people want to see and would be interested in. And in terms of resolution, so please don't share blurry images or very low quality, low res images. People want to see high quality images, and cameras these days are so good that there's no reason to have blurry photos online. At least on Facebook, posts that include photos perform better than those without. So Facebook will boost them in their algorithm a little more than if it's just text in your post. So some examples, this could be posts from your Instagram page if you have an Instagram, you know, sharing it directly if they're linked. Personal photos, photos of your life, photos of anything relating to you. And then of course your listing photos from houses that you're listing. And I would say too, you know, photos with clients and stuff like that are always good. Videos. So videos have higher engagement than any other type of post on social media. So people will tend to watch a video over, you know, engaging with just a photo or just text or just a link. So some examples would be Facebook and Instagram Live. I don't know if anyone knows about these. I'm going to cover them in later classes. Original video content, so that's anything filmed by you. And if you're filming something, make sure you upload it directly onto whatever platform you're using. So if you're uploading to Facebook, make sure you do it through Facebook instead of just posting it to YouTube or a different site and then sharing that link. So if you upload directly, it will play automatically on people's feeds, and Facebook will boost it in the algorithm instead of just the link. You can also share video from other profiles. So if someone else or another realtor or just a video that you liked, you can share that video, and it's the same thing. It'll play directly on your feed. It'll have, you know, the other profile above it, but it's totally fine to share, you know, any other video that you think is important for your followers to see. And then we also have links. So these are really good for sharing news or information, or if you want to link to your website, encouraging your followers to go visit your website. So there's kind of two types. There's either original content. So this is if you have a blog on your website or you want to share blogs from Hometown's website, this would be kind of original. And then there's curated content. So this is high quality links from outside sources. So this is like, I don't know, if you share something from Better Homes and Gardens that you really enjoyed and you thought your followers would enjoy, this would be considered curated content. And these can get pretty good engagement too. But again, make sure it's something that's valuable to your followers. So every time you're posting, you should be thinking, okay, do my followers care about this? And then why do they care about this? Last, I put edutainment. This is kind of, I think the overall goal is content that's fun, interesting, and is also providing some type of information. And I said your edutainment content should align with your personal brand. So always, you know, keeping our personal brand in mind when we're posting content, right? So some examples of edutainment kind of in other ways. I said flight safety videos. So I don't know when the last time you flew was, probably a while ago at this point. But you know, like you get on the plane, and many airlines now, instead of having flight attendants actually do the safety demonstration, they've pre-recorded a video and they'll play it. But frequently they're funny or they're really creative, really artsy, because they want to make it entertaining as well as educational and sharing that information. I said Sesame Street. That's an easy one. You know, it's supposed to be entertaining for kids and also teach them things. And then funny product videos. Companies will do this more and more. You know, they'll put out a video demonstrating how to use their product, but they'll make it funny, humorous, something that people actually want to watch. So this should be the same with your content, not necessarily all of it, but I think a lot of it. You know, people go on social media for fun. So while we are here to share information and to educate, it's important that we make it entertaining and kind of enjoyable at the same time. So here are some resources for content. These are mostly links. So first is anything interior design, home decor related. These are some websites that I will go on and kind of dig through for articles. So House, Southern Living, Better Homes and Gardens, Martha Stewart, Good Housekeeping, HGTV. These are all kind of the big ones. I would say if these fit with your personal brand, great. If they don't, there's a million other websites out there that might fit it a little better. So these are ones that I use. Richmond Home and Garden blog is pretty good too, and it's a little more local focused, like definitely Richmond area, but I would say Central Virginia kind of as a whole. So DIYs, if you're really into DIYs or even kind of like home upgrades, Home Depot has a blog and information for a lot of different DIY projects. So does Lowe's. And then of course, DIY.com. Pinterest has a lot of good links if you're really into DIYs or even before and after kind of photos. DIY Network, and then Made and Remade, which I think is a different subset of DIY Network. So these are just ones that I look at. I think they're helpful. So if you're looking for real estate information, I'm sure you guys already know most of these, but Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, I don't know how to say that, Trulia, Forbes Real Estate, they all have blogs with different articles that are easy to read. They kind of break it down for you. So I think this is really quality information to share to your followers. I would say not every single day, try to switch it up with something fun, but these can provide really valuable information in a really digestible way. And if you don't have time to sit down and write something about the real estate market, you can find something on one of these websites that will provide that, so you don't have to do it yourself. And then stock images for free. So if you're making graphics or you're just kind of looking for, you know, a nice photo to use with a certain post, RER has marketing content. John showed this to me. It's pretty amazing. And they have free stock photos and videos for your use. It's really easy. It's on the website. You can just download any of them. And they also have kind of Richmond area centered photos too. So photos, were you saying something, John?
What's that?
Did you say something?
No.
Okay.
I'm admiring your mention of my name.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so they have photos from, I think, Ashland, Mechanicsville, Midlothian, Richmond, kind of, you know, surrounding Richmond counties areas. I've been posting some of them on the hometown page because I think they're a really nice way to talk about the community. But this is definitely a really good resource. I would check it out. Pexels and Pixabay, these are two websites that I use for stock images when I'm making graphics. And then Creative Commons has a lot. Creative Commons images kind of range from really terrible cell phone photos to really nice stock image photos. So you kind of have to dig. I just say, remember that anything you're posting, unless you're sharing it from a resource, it really should be like a Creative Commons license. You shouldn't really be sharing content that someone else has created unless you have permission to. Not that I think they'll call you out, but you never know. And then you can always make content yourself. I would highly recommend this. You can use a design website like Canva. Canva's really easy. I'll probably do a class on it at some point because I think it's really valuable. And it's free. It's really user-friendly. You can, of course, take your own photos. Try not to over-edit them. A couple classes ago, we talked about authenticity. And I think this is really key. People don't really want to see over-edited photos in this day and age. There's a lot of photos out there, and some of them are truly way too edited. And people can always tell, you know, they'd rather have a nice looking photo that looks genuine than a super exaggerated photo. And then I wrote, never underestimate portrait mode. I don't know if any of you have iPhones, a later version iPhone, but it has portrait mode and it'll make your photos look really nice with very little effort, which is awesome. And then you can always film yourself. So this is really big with listing videos, open house videos. Just be sure to have good audio. So something they always taught us in school was that people will forgive bad video, but they will not forgive bad audio. So if you're talking about something and they can't hear you or it's not clear, they're gonna stop watching. Be sure to be yourself, be authentic, just be genuine. Don't worry if you mess up or make a mistake. You know, we all do, especially if it's something live. Then there's even more leeway for it to not be perfect. And then use a tripod, a selfie stick, or someone with a steady hand. Try to make sure your videos aren't really super shaky, just because it'll be easier for people watching. And then try to have good lighting. So even if you're shooting outside, just make sure that people can see you and see what you're talking about. It doesn't have to be professional lighting, just as long as it's, you know, visible. And that's it. So I thought maybe we could talk about places that you all find content and what content you guys are using currently. Anyway, you're all muted.
Hey, so this is Neely. The one thing that I'm trying to do right now is I've partnered with a lender and we're doing these little videos and going through the home buying process step by step so that they see it from, you know, the realtor perspective and also from the lender perspective, and it's geared toward first-time home buyers so that they get a better understanding.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I think any little video segments, especially ones that are, you know, really helpful for your followers, are a really good idea. And I love that it's from the two different perspectives, you know.
Yeah.
That's really.
I can think of two things that I do. One is there's a site called RE Technology. I don't know if everybody's heard of it. We actually have the ability to subscribe to it because we're members of RAR. And as a result, they send stuff and it can be used and reused. If you haven't gone on to RE Technology and signed up for a subscription, that's a good thing to do. That's where I get some of the stuff that I send all of us agents. The other thing that I do is I try to get on as many newsletter groups as I can. I don't mind all the extra emails coming in. I can block them if they get tiresome or delete them if I don't have time to read them. But the result is I get a lot of stuff just pushed to me so I don't have to go out and look for it. And I find I get a lot of useful stuff and stay current with stuff in the industry as a result of doing that. So.
Mm-hmm. I do, John sent me a bunch of like the companies that he's kind of looked at and used. And I do think it's important though to be careful. Sometimes we post links just, you know, because we're like, oh, this is helpful information, or we use a service that posts links for us. But I think it's important that we're curating those links, right? We're deciding, we're breaking them down, we're making sure that they're valuable. Because sometimes I go on realtors' pages and it's clear they have like a automatic system sharing links to their pages, and then there's no likes, no one's engaging, and it's because that content, you know, is not really interesting to most people, or they don't see value in it. So just making sure everything you're sharing fits with your brand and fits with your messaging on your page.
I have a question. All right, about the amount of content, but like when I hook it to a link, it's just like the first slide, and then when they click on it, it takes them off to the link. So it's not like they're required to consume a lot of information, you know, specifically from my site. And do I have to download videos? Like I got something from RAR, or I was one of the websites that was for realtors. And I wasn't quite sure how to immediately get it to my Facebook page. I don't want to save a whole bunch of stuff or videos, you know, on my computer, or maybe I know we got, you know, infinite space with the you know, OneDrive and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm just kind of to technical piece, making sure I'm able to get the information over. It's going to play. How often is it going to play? I post a lot of stuff and stick it to the top of my page so that it keeps running. But anyway, there was a question in there somewhere.
I got a little lost with where the question was. I will say it is definitely the content off RAR. You do have to download. There's not an option to like direct share to your page. I would say download it, upload it to your social media, and then just delete it off of your computer. I think unfortunately, at least for that content, that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, because I saw that we can put up to 5 videos out there running on your page, and I was thinking, oh, that's good, you know. But I didn't want to load up a whole bunch of, you know. Okay.
I would say just like space them out when you post them. You know, I wouldn't post them all one day or even every single day. I would say post one this week, post one next week. You know.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else have content that they have or like to share?
I don't have content. I'd use everything that you have said, but I do want to say that the polls, I seem to get a lot of response on polls on Facebook. So like today, I decided to do like Outer Banks, like what do you prefer, Outer Banks or Myrtle Beach, just to try to switch it up from real estate. And I've had a ton of people respond to it already. So I just wanted to say, I think that the polls really do work, so.
Oh yeah, that's like great to hear. I'm glad it's working. Anyone else? Anyone have questions about content or anything? Really? Okay, I'll take that as a no. And yes, I will have a class on Canva, and we can go through it, Neely, and we can do the whole Canva thing. It's really user friendly. It's kind of fun once you like figure it out. I think there's a phone app too. I do it on my desktop just so I can see better. But I think there's an app too, so you could do it anywhere.
Yeah, I've tried on the phone and it won't allow me. It says it pushes you to the desktop version. Maybe you don't have the right one, but yeah.
Okay.
The campus app exactly? What was that? What's the campus app? What does that help you do exactly?
So it's like, I would say it's graphic design, but really simplified. They also have like stock images you can pull directly from them. Yeah, it's basically graphic design. So if you want to make essentially anything like a flyer or an Instagram post or an Instagram story or really anything you can think of, you can do on Canva. Yeah, and they do have pre-designed templates. So if you're not necessarily the most creative person, you can take one of their templates, just change the colors to fit your brand and use that. It's really easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I think that's it for today. Thank you for joining, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for hosting.
I'll have another class Monday, we're going to be talking about Facebook and building a Facebook business page, I think. So if you don't have one, feel free to tune in.
Or I can improve on the one you got.
That too. All right. Have a good weekend, everyone.
All
You
right.
too.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.